Hello, YouTube. It looks like it is 7:12 a.m. That can't be right. That can't be right. I guess they don't bother to make that analog clock work, because who the hell remembers how to read an analog clock? Oh, you know what's funny is I've noticed a lot of the younger generation, honest to God, doesn't know how to read an analog clock. All right, let me pull up a smartphone and see what time it really is. It's 5:12 a.m. Thursday, April 7th, 2022. And yeah, I'm actually leaving Amazon a little early, which is something I've never done before. Now, I did have one night months ago where I left very early, and and now that I'm thinking about that, yeah, that was a frustrating night, because that was a night I was kind of eager to. I was able to catch the last McDowell bus of the night and get home. I forget what time I got home, probably about midnight-ish, and was really enthused about getting home and actually being able to go to bed with my girlfriend, since we're on, mostly opposite work schedules, and that just is something that almost never happens anymore. And got home to find out that she wasn't there, and yeah, didn't come in until she didn't get home until, I'm gonna say, maybe about a half hour before the time I would normally get home. Things that make you go, those things that make you go, Anyway, that's not what I was wanting to be thinking about or talking about right now. But as I was saying that it was the first time I'd ever left Amazon early, I realized that it wasn't, and that jarred my memory as to what happened the one and only other time that I left Amazon early. So I'm not really exactly sure what happened today that caused everything to shut down earlier than normal. As you can see, the parking lot, well, I guess the parking lot isn't exactly empty, so maybe there are still some departments that are that are staffed and busy. But where I was in inbound, it's everything died at about 4:15. It was kind of weird. Like, they were like, "Okay, everybody, stop throwing. Who wants VTO?" Meaning voluntary time off. Meaning, yeah, you can clock out and go home. You ain't getting paid for it, but if you want to, you can leave now. Which, generally speaking, that's always a no for me. A, I kind of need the money, and B, most of the time I have no transportation options anyway. So there's no point in me being out here so far from home on foot with no way to get anywhere. So yeah, it's always a big no for me, and it's not a problem. I mean, there's always work for me to do there, even if the lines aren't moving and they aren't moving any product. I mean, there's always pallets to be picked up and stacked, and that's kind of my favorite thing to do. So anyway, which is pretty much what I've been doing since most of the work stopped, and most people were just that didn't leave early. We're just doing some cleaning, and there's even if the main work of moving product out isn't happening, there's always other work to be done as far as just cleaning and organizing and whatnot. But taking a quick bathroom break, and I checked the Valley Metro Transit app, and I kind of thought there was one I-10 West Rapid that leaves earlier than the one I normally ride. The one I normally ride home, it leaves at 5:59, 5:58, somewhere in there. And Normally I get off at 5:30, so that gives me enough time to clock out at 5:30, come out the building, put my knife and my safety vest into my flashing lights up on the bridge. Put my knife and my safety vest into my bag. Sometimes I'll just sit and chill and chat with some of my coworkers that I'm more friendly with, and maybe check incoming messages on my smartphone. And generally speaking, and I've screwed myself by waiting too long farting around on Reddit in front of the Amazon building, but generally speaking, whoa, there is something dark in the road. Wow. Oh yeah, it's that truck with no hood that I've been seeing at this little encampment here lately. I would say he's blocking the road, but it's debatable as to what is and isn't road over here. Anyway, yeah, I've had a couple times where I've screwed myself by just getting lost in Reddit and not giving myself enough time to walk over to the park and ride. Generally speaking, this is a 10-minute walk. In my head, it's right there, it's adjacent, but it really does generally take me about 10 minutes just to walk across that, the east half of that massive Amazon parking lot, and then down this unfinished stretch of 79th Avenue and over that unfinished overpass and into the park and ride. Anyway, yeah, so I was looking, and there is one rapid bus that runs earlier than the one I usually take. It's the one that's scheduled at 5:59, and I checked, and it's at 5:29. So I'm hoping I had it out in enough time to catch that. Let's check the time on Obama phone number 1. Can't believe I'm using that constantly again. It's such a wretched device, but it's actually kind of okay for what I'm using it for now. So I'm cool with it. Not how I was imagining like I'd be doing my cell phone on my multiple device thing, but it's working really well, and I might explain that later. Anyway, dang, there's a lot of traffic crossing here right now. All right. This crosswalk always makes me a little nervous. I mean, I'm completely visible to the traffic that's coming across the bridge and turning left and going on to I-10, but I think there's just so many people that drive that are groggy in the morning and they're mentally on autopilot, and so much traffic heading westbound right now. It's a little unnerving to look to the right and walk across. It just kind of almost feels like I'm moving because there's such a rush of vehicles flying so fast underneath me. Anyway, yeah, I do sometimes worry that the people that are driving across the bridge and then turning left across that crosswalk are sort of on, what the fuck, people? That freaking... the bums leaving the stolen shopping carts in the damn way. Not cool. Not cool at all. Really wish ADOT would come up here and clean this shit up. Anyway, yeah, I worry that sometimes people are, I mean, look how fast that guy's driving. I don't know what the speed limit is on this road, but these guys are hauling ass. And if you look, they don't really slow down for that corner. Just zoom right onto the freeway. Because, hey, there's never any pedestrians in that crosswalk, right? Yeah, so it makes me nervous. Man, Arizona DPS should be up here just camping out, right? Motorcycle DPS cop could camp out right here on this corner and give all kinds of speeding tickets for people entering that freeway, because I'm not sure what the speed limit is, but it's I'm convinced it's much less than what those people were traveling. Actually, I got enough time to find out what it is. It's 5:22 p.m. right now. The bus doesn't leave until 5:29. So now I'm just super curious. Because people just drive like crazy on this on this stretch of 79th Avenue. And I'm just super curious if there's a speed limit sign as you're heading south from McDowell Road, which is the intersection directly ahead of me. And I would imagine that is my bus. It's a not-in-service bus coming outbound, and it goes on up to the mall formerly known as Westridge Mall. I'm not sure what the hell the mall is called now. Oh, duh, it's Desert Sky Mall. And it's headed to, that's the park and ride next to it. It's the Desert Sky Park and Ride, which I'd been mistakenly, when I first started using this park and ride here, I was mistakenly calling it the Desert Sky Park and Ride. And this is actually the 79th Avenue Park and Ride. I think that's what it's officially called. So, yeah, I got plenty of time. That bus is on its way up to the first park and ride. I've never rode this early run of this bus, so I'm really curious if there's going to be anybody on it other than me. I've had one time I've rode the I-10 Rapid where I was the only one on it, and it was pretty cool. Kind of felt like I had myself a limo. So today, coming out, speaking of low ridership on the I-10 West Rapid, today when I was coming out, and as you saw in the last video, I was running and jaywalking like a madman, trying to make sure that I caught that bus when I left the Wells Fargo ATM. I left the Wells Fargo ATM, and I expected I would have about 2 to 3 minutes to walk out to there and catch the I-10 West Rapid at the bus stop before the old Chase Tower, which is located behind the venue formerly known as Dodge Theater. I don't know what the hell that venue is called now. It used to be called Dodge Theater. But yeah, when I walked out from the ATM, I saw we had a no parking sign and a merge lane sign. Interestingly enough, there's not a posted speed limit here. That is interesting. I guess it could be argued that these people, regardless of how fast they're driving, are not speeding. If there's no posted sign, Arizona law, I've read way too much Arizona law. Arizona law simply specifies that you must be traveling at a, quote, reasonable and prudent speed, unquote. In fact, if you're driving at a speed that is not the posted speed limit, and you can argue that it was a reasonable and prudent speed, you can sometimes get out of a speeding ticket. Now, there is a statute in the Arizona revised statutes and the traffic laws that states that there is a presumptive that the posted speed limit is a reasonable and prudent speed. But hey, there's somebody else waiting for the bus. Good times. But again, if you can argue good that the speed you were going is reasonable and prudent, I've beaten one speeding ticket that way, so it can be done. Says 4 minutes to the next bus, so I should probably wrap this up, beer. Anyway, I'm a little disturbed that there's not a posted speed there, because as a pedestrian that walks along that bit of 79th Avenue, I found the speed that traffic was flying at me to be more than a little unnerving. So maybe it's time for a written email to the City of Phoenix, asking them what the speed limit is there and why it isn't posted. Anyway, on that happy note, I'm going to wrap this up and get my mask ready and get my bus pass and my change ready. Thanks for coming with me on the walk, and of course, like and subscribe, because you know you want to follow my boring life. You know you do.